I'm making your mind up. Right. You're going to film that, yeah?
The Interstellar Song Contest! I loved it because it was a camp Die Hard. Die Hard is one of my favourite films, and that just having the Die Hard elements and being camp at the same time, I was like, I'm in. It was great.
No, I thought this episode was great, honestly. I think it was just an absolute riot from beginning to end. What about you?
Outstanding of an episode.
Absolutely fantastic,
amazing.
Yeah.
I personally thought the episode was really good. It being the most expensive Doctor episode, you can clearly tell by the skeptical of the setting that they have it, the CGI they've used, and the tons of the makeup and actors that they used. I thought it was pretty good.
For me, that was the best one of the season. I thought it was brilliant, and not just for the Eurovision stuff. Actually, ironically, a word that never appears as far as I can remember in the episode, Eurovision, because they don't have the rights.
The whole Eurovision camp part I thought was enjoyable. Its politics a little on the nose.
I'm going to say there was a lot of Allegris in there. I mean, Eurovision is hardly shied away from a lot of controversy, especially in recent years, and I think Doctor Who was going for a lot of that as well with the metaphors for the Hellions.
Because of the type of episode that for most people, it's going to be overshadowed by the heavy politics, very heavy politics.
For the third time now, we have a kind of archetype for a villain. We had it with Al or Alan, and we had it with Conrad, and now we have it with Kid.
The stuff about the aliens was all about, the Hellions. It's like, are they Israelis? Are they Jews? Are they Palestinians? Are they trans people? There was a lot there. I wasn't quite sure what they were, but the fact that the company had destroyed their planet for a flavouring, and basically not even for it, so they could have it and no one else could. That was probably the big thing that that was quite, the welcome to late stage capitalism.
I mean, those 3 trillion people were not directly responsible. No. I mean, there is obviously that there was bigotry, but do they really deserve to die?
Collective punishment, yeah.
Doesn't help.
It reminded me of the Hungry Earth when the Silurian wanted to wipe out all the apes because apparently we stole their land.
Yeah, it's not.
And that also seemed like, dare I say it, the Israel-Palestine metaphor.
Yeah. I actually really enjoyed this villain. It was quite a kind of almost underplayed performance at times. He had a kind of, almost like a half-lidded look in his eyes. He was very casual about everything, but still kind of captivating, if you know what I mean. It was very good from that standpoint.
Obviously, with the 2 big reveals being having Susan and the Rani coming back for a short period of time. The Rani going to be in the final episode. I don't know if Susan's going to be in the final episode. I kind of hope she is.
I was surprised to see Susan again, and I think that's definitely going to be a bit of a running thread throughout this era of Doctor Who, kind of like how the cracks in time were there for the 11th Doctor's era, the Timeless Child was for the 13th Doctor's era. Seems like Susan is going to be the 4th, 15th Doctor's running trend of a story arc.
I mean, they've waited how many years to bring her back, and it was good to see her again because it's been a very long time she was last on screen.
The Susan surprise was really good. I was expecting Susan.
I've got to say, I never thought Carol Ann would come back, but she did.
That was quite a shock.
Yeah, I'm like, she's in her mid-80s now, so I was like, with William Russell no longer with us, Jacqueline Hill's gone, I'm like, please just get Susan back.
The Rani is back. I mean, I didn't really pay too much attention to fan theories on who Mrs. Flood could be because, well, I don't really do that anymore, just so that I could take it as it comes, so I wouldn't be disappointed that it didn't turn out to be who I predicted it to be. But at the same time, I halfway predicted it was going to be the Rani, and in fact, when she was beginning to bi-generate, I thought, there's no way this is going to be the Master again. And then another part of me was like, please don't be Susan. Please don't be Susan if Mrs. Flood is malevolent. But it's actually the Rani.
Well, that was the most telegraphed thing in history because there's only, 4 character she could have been, and everyone's been saying, oh, it's the Rani for the last like 2 years or whatever it is. So yeah, it was the Rani. It's very obviously the Rani coming back.
But I thought Susan would end up being Mrs. Flood, which I'm wrong about, and then the Rani, which I don't know a lot about, so I'll need to watch those two stories now.
I was reminded as soon as she was revealed that just after The Legend of Ruby Sunday, we were also doing a review together in the Drury Lane, and you said, oh, she's the Rani. I said, oh, it's possibly. Then you said, it's never the Rani. It's never the Rani.
Well,
but it was.
I've been proved wrong, and initially I'd said it before. It's like I was hoping that it wasn't. See, when now that it's on screen, I'm actually fine about it. I'm actually okay.
The Rani reveal was absolutely amazing. I just hope that because of the way the reveal played out, that Mrs. Flood isn't just a bystander.
I know.
I like to think that she's doing this on her own accord, and then the new version of Rani has come in the right moment when she's needed, rather than it being her whispering all these things through all this time.
I hope we
and try to push her way through.
Yeah, I hope we get an improved dynamic on those two, because I didn't like that Mrs. Flood suddenly became this little yes man to the new Rani.
Yeah,
that was a bit off-putting. I think that was weird.
And I also like how, unlike the Doctor with their previous incarnations, and even the Master with other incarnations, the Rani seems pretty condescending towards her previous incarnation.
The dynamic of like the previous incarnation deferring to the current one, that was interesting. We've not seen something like that before with multiple, with multiple Time Lords at the same time. So that was like, all right, interesting. We'll see how it goes.
Fine with the casting of the Rani. I think she's going to be great. Archie Punjabi, I think her name is.
Yep.
Emmy Award-winning actress. I think it'll be fine. But I'm actually okay to see it on screen now. I'm actually all right. I thought I was going to be more pissed off, but the next two episodes will help me form the opinion then, was that a good idea or not. So
the Eurovision style setting was great, but to make it like twist it Die Hard way was great, and the shots as well, when all the people were going up, like when the shield was, when Kid first opened that shield, was really quite chilling to see, especially in Doctor Who, and it was quite such a cool looking shot.
I'm saying I like the Eurovision setting because I'm a fan of Eurovision, though I haven't seen it in a while. But it was it was good to see they didn't go too heavy-handed on it, make it too camp.
I would have liked to see more of the Eurovision side of it. It kind of felt a wee bit low, and among everything, because everything needed to be told because it's so impactful. It's a little low, but the bits we did get was phenomenal, absolutely phenomenal. And the minute you see that four, with the doctorwho, I literally burst out laughing. I was in hysterics.
It was
My partner had to go, are you alright? I was that much in hysterics.
And I liked some of the songs, especially that last one, which felt so powerful.
From what's his face being a cryojet Rylan?
Yeah,
from
right.
Rylan being cryogenically frozen and just revived
kind of funny
every
in that
year.
sense of how Britain and America and a lot of cultures have a certain brand of celebrities that just go, oh, we'll just wheel them out when we need them.
Yeah.
Because they seem to pick the same one for same showing over and over again. Like, oh, we'll just keep them nice until we need them.
Yeah, basically.
Bring them out.
And then obviously had Graham Norton as the hologrammatic museum host, essentially, which was a fun little cameo.
I thought Shooty was really good in it. I think this is one of his better performances that he has. I feel like Shooty's always very good in the episodes, but this one he really gets to be the Doctor.
I loved seeing the Doctor's dark side. I think it's always a treat to see the Doctor.
Yeah, you don't see very often, but given the theme and what they were trying to show here, it really fits well.
And I think not just seeing the Doctor angry, seeing the Doctor torture someone, that is, I think, not so. To my knowledge, we haven't seen that before. And I think that's really nice to see, actually quite nice to see the Doctor pushed to that extreme, to the point where he is so angry he will torture this person for what they were about to do. I think that was... Shooty did wonderful in this episode. I mean, I don't think he can do any wrong at this point from an acting standpoint.
And I loved the Doctor going dark. I was all there for it. Like, there was a bit where I was like, all right, maybe he's getting a bit too far, but like, it was amazing. I was like, yes, I want this so much.
But the stuff where the Doctor was being dark, I'm quite annoyed that, you know, it's that way where it's like you like the Doctor when he's being much darker than the Doctor normally is. I don't know, but it was there. Fine enough.
I also was very shocked to see the Doctor that angry, because genuinely I don't think I've seen the Doctor that furious probably since Eccleston. Like when he screamed at the Dalek, "Why don't you just die?" in Dalek. That's the last time I saw the Doctor that angry.
I think that we had with. I'm glad that they've done that, because this is something that I've been pushing for, well, not pushing like I have any influence, but wanting for a long time in Doctor Who, that I want the Doctor to be a darker, more ruthless, even sometimes cynical and pragmatic, willing to do bad things for the greater good and willing to live with that burden. It was good to see that. I didn't think Shooty's Doctor would go there, but they did.
I didn't either.
I think the episode itself has pretty much been really well done. I like Kid's character and his motivations. I like the side characters. I even like the drone robots. I love the sets. The music was pretty good. Some of the shots in it were beautiful. Even the Doctor using the confetti cannon to help himself get back to the space station. And an actual reason why they can't call for help was very nice to actually have an episode where it's realistic. So overall, I really enjoyed the episode. I think it's so far my 4th favourite episode. It's, you know, just not up there. I don't really like the Rani stuff.
The ending of the episode with the TARDIS doors blowing open. Mwah. Oh God, brilliant, brilliant. That was fantastic and get nothing to do with the song contest. It was a brilliant ending to an episode. Such a good cliffhanger. Like, what is out there that is so impressive, so dangerous, so threatening that it can blow the doors off the TARDIS? That's brilliant. I really, really, really like that. So overall, yes, best one I've seen. Best one I've seen. Well done. I really, really liked it. So, drwho.
I actually can't wait for next week.
Yeah, honestly, this season has been solid. Our series has been solid.
I'd say this is a 10 out of 10 again for me.
10 out of 10 for me. Yeah,
I loved it, yeah.
10 out of 10.
Interstellar.
And then the money's best work.
And we've got money's best work. 10 out of 10.
10 out of 10.
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Glasgow
Let me
Doctor...
get a frame first.
Yeah, exactly, yeah.
Well, I was still in the frame when Jamie did it.
All you see is my fat being dragged out of the bloody...
Don't forget to subscribe to the official Glasgow Doctor Who Society YouTube channel and ring the bell so you're notified of uploads.